Hello lovelies, today's the date, it's the 19th of January. I'm sat here, I've got Tottenham just literally, 3 minutes ago, kicked off against Everton and I'm sitting here watching it, and I thought I'd come on and do a little video. I'm going to pull one of my angels, gods and goddesses card, and then I'm going to read to you. I'm going to read a next little bit in my story, because I've had so many ideas and downloads and just epiphanies, for want of a better word. Oh, there you go. Of how to, of what's the purpose of me telling my story, right? And this one card has just flown out, and it's the God of Spiritual Healing. Oh, I can't read it. It's too dull. Hang on a minute. An aspect of you or a situation in your life is in need of healing. Now, that for me is the answer to my question, why have I got to do it? Not only have I been able to heal my own story, as it were, I truly believe that my story will help other people see... Oh, hello, Frank. Frank's just woken up and made a big old noise. She does like to get involved. That my story can help others see that they're not on their own, that other people go through the same sorts of things. But also I'm hoping that my story can let you see that you truly can come out the other end. I think that's the biggest, for me, the biggest reason for doing it. It's not about people feeling sorry for my story or for me wanting to hurt other people by telling my story. It's about using everything that's gone through me in the past to help other people go forward in their own lives and allow them onto their own healing journey and let them see that they truly can step into it. I hope that makes sense. Anyway, right, so I'm going to put that away. And I've got it sitting on my computer screen, so I'm going to just read the next bit. So if you watched my other video, I got to a certain point, and now this is the next little bit. In my introduction, this is: not only did I have to break bonds, I had to fulfill a purpose too. A vision so big that I knew only the universe could have been responsible for it. My soul was just the conduit, bringing the vision to life, bringing forth a generational wealth, long since promised, but finally now being achieved. My soul made the choice to take the leap of faith onto my divine path, one that was always destined for me to tread, my yellow brick road, so to speak, fully in the knowledge that every ancestor that had gone before me was rooting for me. A team of angels would be there to guide me, and when the time was right, I would remember who I was, and more importantly, why I'd leapt in the first place. So many trauma bonds that were carried from one generation to the next. Others had tried to break them, but had failed. So on a wet and windy day in December in 1966, my soul leapt, fully in the knowledge that the universe would catch it. How long the journey would take was up to me, for I, like everyone else, was born with free will. Only the universe could sway that process. So if lessons weren't being learnt in the divine's timing, the karmic wheel would turn and a tower moment would occur. It wouldn't matter the detours, for they were there as lessons, and more often than not, blessings in disguise. So very necessary for the divine purpose already agreed upon. With death and rebirths across many different timelines, the universe made it their mission to get my soul back onto its divine path and in full alignment with what was always destined to be mine. Year after year, as my soul faced the trauma, the poverty, the riches, and then the sheer degradation of its human existence, it was for a reason: to release itself from the repeating cycles, thereby releasing the souls of my ancestors too. By breaking those bonds, future generations would never have to experience such trauma, never have to face such pain, and never have to journey to find those answers. The lessons would be passed on, eventually allowing the bloodline to be cleared of every single trauma bond that held it so still across the ages. Now, my lovelies, that is massive. And It came to me in a download, literally. I woke up in the middle of the night and I had to write it. And because when my stories come to me, they literally come at some very strange times in my life. I know I have to write it down. I know it has to be shared. So here we go again. My story, I hope, will enlighten you, the reader, to how I got from where it all began to where I am now. Free of the trauma bonds that had triggered me over the years, free of the trauma responses that had ensued, and finally free of every past lifetime. My journey to release my past began in 2008, 16 years ago, a year where I found the courage and the inner strength to finally choose myself first. A year so filled with change, I thought it would literally break me. You know what though? My inner strength and determination made me fight. Not only for me, but for my beautiful Bobby too. They were 11 years old and they needed my strength. Did I always get it right? Of course I didn't. But I did the best that I could with the hand I'd been dealt. Hindsight was a wonderful thing when it came. Until then, I had learned to use my intuition, listen to my inner child, and connect to my higher self. So as my journey unfolded, lessons would be learned, blessings would be countered with gratitude, so once and for all, balance could be brought into my life, allowing for the first time in my life for peace to prevail, paying forward love, kindness and forgiveness into the universe to pave the way for future generations to find their very own heaven on earth. Was the journey a tough one? You bet it was. But you know what? I wouldn't change it for anything. As I stand today in my power, at 58 years old in the year 2025, I know that my soul has made it. It broke the bonds and it freed me and every single one of my ancestors. How do I know? Because my ancestors and angels have guided me here. My chakras are aligned, giving me an inner peace like never before. And I'm in my highest timeline. My purpose and vision have been given to me, and I've worked endlessly towards their fruition. I fully surrendered their outcome to the universe, and I allowed my faith in myself and my vision to lead the way. Once and for all, I realised that there wasn't a wizard behind the purple curtain. I had all the power within me, and I had found my very own way home. A home I'd never known before, my heart and my happiness joining up, showing me the way. For home truly is where the heart is. Happiness comes from within us. So until you find your own, you cannot help others to find theirs. Today, I stand in my own power, knowing my own purpose and creating my own reality. Now, my lovelies, that's the end of my introduction. And then I go on to chapter 1, which is called Freedom is Here. And when I say freedom is here, I mean in every sense of the word. Freedom from other people's voices in my head. Freedom from thinking that everything that's taught to us from the moment we pop out is real. We get to choose. We get to choose the destiny that we want. We get to choose the fairy tale if we want it. We get to choose. We get to be the writer, the producer, the director, and basically the script writer of our own reality. It's as simple as that. And I figured that out. So as I write my book and I share my story, I'm very excited to put all of that magic into my book, because it truly is magic. I truly believe in the magic of the universe. I always have. Even when I was a little child, I used to hope and pray that Father Christmas would come to me, that I would be chosen that year, that I would get a gift. And even on the years where Father Christmas didn't come, I never stopped believing that one day he would. So, my lovelies, I'm going to leave it there for today. And I hope you all have a wonderful, wonderful Sunday. The score is 1-0 to Everton. So my beloved Tottenham aren't doing very well. Grandad Luther, who I know loved to watch Tottenham because I watched games with him many times as a child. Fingers crossed that your team do a little better. Sending you all lots of love, and like I always say, don't forget to smile, because you truly never know who might need one. And even if that one smile is the only thing you give out today, that one little thing could change another person's life. You move their energy every time you smile. Sending you even more love, and have a wonderful, wonderful day.